Music makes you not even want to click on it. Let's grab a beer real quick. Music makes.
Wow. Unbelievable. What a great intro song we're listening to. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from an undisclosed location in Vermont at the Silk City Hot Sauce headquarters. I once again have left my house, something most podcasters do not do anymore. And I am joined today by the legend, the lightning rod of podcasting, the lightning rod of hot sauces. Hot topics to cover. A lot of people are mad at this man. He's a purveyor of peppers. What else? I have no more moniker. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Levine, the CEO of Silk City Hot Sauce.
Stancil, thanks for coming over.
I drove all this way just to be here, and I'm turning around and driving right back. Now, first things first, we have to get this out of the way. Now, you've placated me, but he's placated me by making a special bottle of course, one of the greatest hot sauces ever to exist. The pullover, blow out your asshole, featuring the beautiful Smoky Brooks butthole. But you have discontinued my hot sauce, and I am frankly, I've driven this way to pick this pepper with you.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to my hot sauce? Why did I go the way of the Zumach?
You're
sauce?
axed. Pretty much everyone's getting axed. All the comedians, except for Mike Buschetti's Tropic Blunder. Everyone's done. It's all a bunch of, you guys are all a bunch of hacks. I appreciate the support. I love everybody in the, most people, a few people, one guy, in the hot sauce hackverse. It's been an exciting time, presenting all these different beautiful blends and adoring each bottle with beautiful faces. And we're done.
We're done. So I'm not the only one. It's not me.
You're not. It's not just you. I've got a bottle here that I'm presenting you of Ray DeVito's Pain in the Brain.
Wow.
It's the last one, and I present it to you. He's done.
Ladies and gentlemen,
get the
fuck
out of here.
I have the last bottle of Pain in the Brain Ray DeVito's hot sauce.
I mean, if you really want to thank anybody for the discontinual of this all these hack
let's
sauces,
get into it. Let's
give Mr. Chad Zumach a round of applause for basically ruining the whole enterprise.
Really,
for everybody.
Another thing we can blame Chad for.
I mean, it was fun. Getting involved with the show. I mean, sometimes you got to be careful. You like Kid Icarus flying too close to the sun.
Sure.
I think I flew a little too close, but I enjoy podcasts and listening to comics rip on each other over the years. It's a good time. I've always appreciated
let's really just pile on now. How did Chad Zumach ruin? First of all, what happened with his own hot sauce? There was he got mad that you didn't name it something, or you changed the something.
Chad. Let's tell
the truth. Everybody now, besides this show, everybody just fucking lies, and it's all this work bullshit between Stevie Lou and this hack. Everybody, nothing is real. Remember a year ago, Stevie Lou said he was leaving his wife, and he made all these pay pigs pay him because they felt bad for him.
She lives here now,
and now all of a sudden they're back together. You're all idiots for believing in the first place. Not you people. You're good people watching the show. But the point, anywho. Sorry. Let's start at the beginning, and when we get to the end, we'll stop.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
That's all we do here. That's why they call me Stancil Stradamus.
I mean, we're going back in time before the pandemic, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. All right. Let's go all the way back.
When podcasts, used to be MP3s or MP4s.
When I had a house and a fiance.
And if you want to listen to subscribe to a show and listen to it, you waited for it to download into your podcast app, and the most interaction you could have with your favorite podcast stars was rating and reviewing in the iTunes app. That was it, and hopefully the personnel on the show would read your review on the show, which always felt good when the celebrities would
Right, but you're right.
take the time to
you
appreciate
forget about
the fans.
that in today's Twitter and super chat and pay pig day and age. That exactly way back when, which was only
We're back. We're in the way back when machine right now,
way back when machine. That's what this is.
and I think it was around 2018 or 19 that I was thinking one day, thinking to myself, whenever I heard an ad for stamps.com or growyourpecker.com or any of the products that were heard across the world on podcasts through the advertising streams and feeds, I was like, I wonder if I could advertise and be a
Now,
be a sponsor.
were you into that? Were you already deep in the sauce in this? When did you start the sauce?
In 2017. So when I got involved with the podcast, I've been rolling for about 2 years.
Okay.
As a brand, but I'm an entrepreneur. I'm always looking for an opportunity to get the name out there.
Sure.
And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to get involved with the podcast that I listen to, rather than going through like an ad agency and just plopping your dumb brand on a bunch of shows that you don't even like necessarily.
What was the first comic hot sauce? What was it?
It was Chad.
Wow.
And Bob Biggerstaff. They came out simultaneously. I think the labels
So it was
for
Mango
both sauces,
Madness, was it?
Mango Madness and Bobby Biggs Chipotle came out
Bobby Biggs
simultaneously
Chipotle.
within hours.
And subsequently, Bob cheated in the infamous McDonald's eating contest he had with me when Ray DeVito infamously hid nuggets in the garbage. And
Under
I'll
the
never let
table.
that go. Under the table, you remember. Kevin Brennan judged. Pat Oates was there. Those were the days. So then fast forward, your inaugural hot sauce, Mango Madness, and then what was the downfall of Chad's hot sauce?
Well, yeah, it was back in the days when Chad. I don't even think the show was on YouTube or anything like that. But I got involved with Chad's show. I emailed him and said, can I be a sponsor on your show? I'm a hot sauce company in Vermont, big fan. Discovered you on the Brody Stevens show. Was a big fan of Jim Florentine.
Rest in peace.
Chad was in the mix, and Chad responded back and was like, "Yeah, man, I love fucking hot sauce," and we worked out an arrangement, and every week he used to read ads on his show. Go to silkcityhotsauce.com, use promo code ZUMOC, blah, 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 blah. And within like 6 months, he got in touch with me and said, I always dreamed of being on a hot sauce label. And I kind of was thinking that too at some point. Like, wouldn't it be fun to incorporate the shows into the brand as well? Like, get the personalities involved with the brand, to drive it home even more. That the show was involved with Silk City hot sauce.
I was an English major, but I had a marketing minor in my college career, so I fully support the marketing.
Nike puts Jordan on their shoes. I'm throwing Zumock on the bottle. So I'd go out there. I'm like involved with like these comic book conventions. In addition to all these podcasts, I set up as a vendor. So I have all these artists in the stable. So when Zumock and I made an arrangement to put them on the bottle, I reached out to some of my comic book artist friends and designed the original Mango Madness featuring Chad Zumock.
Sure, a great sauce, by the way.
Florida's greatest comedian, and still true. Still true.
The sauce or the greatest comedian?
the both actually.
Right.
Yeah. So we did that. We ran with it, and then I honestly couldn't even tell you the order of hot sauces that came out after Chad and Bob, because they started just like seemed like they were coming out every week.
So were these guys asking you, "Hey, make me one," or were you like, "Hey, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna put this guy's head on here"?
Yeah, it was a little bit of mix and match, and
Okay.
and a little bit of Silk City reaching out to comics who I appreciated and said, let's roll one out. Aaron Berg was actually involved with that Badass Jew podcast,
Right, the Badass Jew podcast, Badass Jew podcast and sauce,
which was cool because out of all the comedians that I worked with, he what's his name? Aaron actually had put his own artist in charge of the design and whatnot. So that was a unique experience with him, and he was great to work with. Actually, he was
good egg. I was talking with him at the soccer ball club just last week. I see him.
He was a gentleman. The whole from start to finish, and to this day, I think we've still send each other happy Hanukkah texts every year.
One of the funniest still apps. I haven't seen him work in a while up till last week, and absolutely kills. Still one of the funniest comics.
He's funny, dude. He's a funny dude. And I got involved with Chrissy Mayer.
Chrissy Mayer. What was hers?
She was Nightmare.
Right.
It was one of the great. That was one of the great pun. It was one of the great hot sauce puns.
We love a pun.
And she was fun to work with. And that's when things started getting like real like dicey. Not dicey, but like fun. Like everyone had their own hot sauce, and then Chrissy got a hot sauce.
Big business.
They're coming in. The
Big
calls are
business.
coming in.
Take it. Put them on the show.
We'll
And then what? Then people started getting their dicks in a knot.
It got funny because Chad dislikes Chrissy. We all know that, and brought it right to the hot sauce. I mean, he was just like, "Oh my God, Chrissy got a sauce, fucking." Dick riding my success with Silk City. I started it, and it was all fun. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if they're talking about Silk City hot sauce, disparaging each other, it's all fair.
There's no such thing as bad publicity. I say it. We say it all the time here. I mean, Kevin, Mr. Brennan, of course, likes to still gives us weekly shout outs via shitting on us, but it's the best publicity. That's why I never understood people getting their panties in a dick hole about Kevin ripping them. He's saying your name on the air, and it's free publicity.
I mean, I'm on the Ski Mask Collective network right now, so it's no secret that we're a fan of the Ski Mask Collective over here.
Of course,
which was put Chad into like a fucking phase 2 of anger.
Right.
I think that's when the anger actually started to like really peak from the comedy into like reality, to be honest with you.
Yes. Now, did you ever, Chad loves to dox people when he gets mad. Did he ever cross the line with you personally?
Not really. I mean, I think we hit a few drunken nights where he told me to like go completely fucking screw myself sideways and shit, which is, I understand because we didn't touch on that yet, but I eventually discontinued Chad sauce.
Right.
A day before his birthday in 2034 or something, and
right.
he was turning 40.
Year.
I think he was turning 47, and it was a big year for Chad, and I discontinued the sauce when he got into it with Brennan. Brennan brought it to the podcast MLC. For all you unawares, Kevin Brennan is the host of a podcast called Misery Loves Company. Really, and Kevin aired their beef, and that Chad had said disparaging things about Brennan's kids, and I don't know, man. I remember it was like the pandemic. We were tired. Nobody was getting enough sleep, and I bought right into it and discontinued Chad sauce.
I see.
Gave him not even a timeout, just a boom, axed it.
Good.
And a lot of people were happy about that.
Sure.
And then after about a year or so, I actually got back, and I forget who got in touch with who, to be honest with you, but we brought Chad back.
Right. It did come back.
A new design.
The
Mud Shark was born.
Mud Shark Madness. And then what was and then it went away again, correct? Or is that just, it went by the way with all the other
sold out.
Sold out. Well, we didn't need to say that. That sounds like a positive thing. We don't really.
No, thank you, Chad. All your sauce sold out. I mean, we're not talking 1 million bottles. I don't make it in Olympic-sized swimming pools or anything like that. It's just it's a hobby, folks. Give me a fucking break. But
right,
we made it. We had enough Chad sauce for a couple of sales, and it sold out. And he was unaware that it wasn't on the site, and he was pissed about that. But what really pissed him off was Carl started to announce that he was promoting the WATP Rochester hot sauce that I put out this summer.
Yes,
which is really good, by the way. Yeah,
shout out Carl.
And I was actually at a horror show promoting Silk City, so I was set up as a booth. And somebody who I know, who I've met through all this bullshit, actually because it's become a friend, started texting me that Chad went live that day. It was like Saturday in July, it was like the halfway to Halloween show or something. That Chad was fucking like had it with Silk City and chucked the bottle onto the bed. Wasn't a very aggressive
I was gonna say,
dismissal of the brand, but he made his point. And
Ski Mask infamously burned a Silk City shirt on one of our
they're
shows. if you
they're
remember.
they're Gildan shirts. I don't blame them.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you took a blowtorch to a Silk City shirt. You've been, like I said at the top, a real lightning rod in this podcast.
It's not easy, folks. If you want to be a sponsor in this fucking hackverse, pull your pants up and get ready.
Yeah, Jesus, fucking idiots, and myself included. Let's see. This is Leo Gunn, the great and powerful Leo Gunn. He's setting up the holiday party. Who sold the most bottles of hot sauce? Top 3.
That's a good question. Berg was number 1 back in the day for sure. The Badass Jew hot sauce had the look, it had the appeal.
A real comic.
A real comic, and the name just exploded. I mean, we went viral for like 6 minutes over Hanukkah. It was incredible. We
You
actually
should re-release it right now. Why don't you? It's in these trying times. You should re-release it.
I know. I was going to say they were going to introduce a 9th day of Hanukkah that year.
You should re-release the Badass Jew and also do a Palestine pepper kind of thing, right?
I don't think so. I actually don't
Gaza
know.
grape.
Yeah, I mean, if it were up to me, I might come out with a Badass Jew again, but it's not really up to me. It's
Now, what are your thoughts on the Middle East?
licensed, owned, and operated by Ehrenberg and Associates.
Now, are you pro-Israel or pro?
For sure.
I'm kidding.
For sure.
Just start talking about
For
the
sure.
Start
Yeah,
about
I mean, these
Gaza.
people have been struggling to exist, and
God bless. I personally, and no offense, Jeff, I know you're of a persuasion, but it doesn't matter to me if they blow each other off the face of the earth, frankly. I like this country, and I don't much care for anyone else.
yeah, they're like your cousins that hate each other, like the two brothers that hate each
Right,
other.
drunk cousins.
It's fun to watch them afar, show up, and see who's going to get their heads smashed into the mashed potatoes this year.
Right, Gaza being the mashed potatoes. Now, this is the dumbest show ever. So Chad is an idiot. So yeah, so the comics have ran their course. No more comics.
But Chad stuck it to me that day when he discontinued the Mud Shark Madness, which
tried to stick it to King
which was
Meanie.
temporarily out. But what really pissed me, I mean, if he stuck it to me, which is hilarious, and all his dumb fans thought it was hilarious that he stuck it to me. But
They are dumb, let me tell you.
and I was all about the podcast wars of 2024 and or was it 23?
This year's 2024.
I was all about the wars. It was fine, but Chad knows it's Chad knows this, and most people that were following along on Twitter on the day of infamy when he threw my the bottle of hot sauce onto the bed.
Right, brutal act.
We
of
were
violence.
we were about to launch the 3rd rendition of Chad's hot sauce, and the artist had literally sent the artwork in that day for approval.
Let me see. I think I actually have a picture of the artwork.
It was like inspired. It was going to be designed like a Mad Magazine. Alfred E. Newman, Chad playing the
Okay.
Alfred E. Newman role
I think I have it here.
with tiki torches and Shark
Is this it?
attacking him. I thought the artwork was.
that it? Is that the artwork?
Is that the all right? There it is, right there.
That's it.
So I was on the hook for $250 for the super professional artwork that came in that day.
Oh, so you lost money.
So I
on it.
paid for it.
And he never paid you back.
Oh, he pretended to on Twitter. He sent me a Cash App,
Oh, another work.
which I don't have.
Ah.
So if I don't know, some Jeff and Levine out there won that day.
I
I
guess.
don't know how he paid me. I didn't have Cash App. So,
So the fact is, he
That
never
was-
you spent monty on the artwork, and he never paid you. That's
well,
the
yeah,
brass tacks.
yeah, got screwed. Which if that's sticking it to me, and that's good comedy, then more power to him.
Well,
But even if he wanted to make do the right thing and pay up that $250 for randomly chucking his bottle,
on the bed.
yeah, and out of the brand officially that day, I don't even want it. It's like I don't want that fucking stupid
Right.
super chat money.
You don't need sim chat money, right? I certainly do. Quick aside, I spent
Give it to Jim.
Send along because I spent $200 on a dinner with a woman last night, and she's an ungrateful bitch. So feel free to super chat $200, perhaps even more, for my weekend in Vermont, or just Venmo me. Venmo my account.
Yeah, if all the good eggs out there want to really make it up to want to balance the universe,
stick it to Chad.
Give it
Venmo my account at DaveD23, and you could really stick it to Chad. Send $250 or so.
I think I'll send it to you.
Sure, you send it to me.
I'll stick it to him.
I'll stick something.
So basically, that kind of like that was like the final, not the final nail in the coffin. I mean, the hackverse and all the sauces we're getting tired. I mean, it was like this, this one had a sauce, that one got a sauce. The sauces were starting to, like, I couldn't even come up with flavors anymore. But
running out of peppers.
And so we're done, dude.
We're done. Now, are you going to rebrand into another avenue, or are you just going to go with organic names? You know what? Like, are you going to go name like after comic books or something, or are you going to do just
basically
classic?
the trajectory of Silk City originally was I've got beautiful access to amazing peppers growing on a farm by my good friends. 6 miles from here is big, beautiful farm. They have orchards and peppers and honey hives and all kinds of shit. And the commercial kitchen where Silk City is made is part of the farm. It's their commercial kitchen, and it was always the vision of the brand was to produce like fantastic sauces with locally sourced ingredients, and I'm still doing that. But it's like the brand. I've done the brand. I had fun with it over the years,
Sure.
Branding, fucking, zine nothing personalities and being part of a big war online. But I mean, let's get fucking real, people. I'm fucking the brand is dying over here.
Well, you're a money man too. You don't have time to. If you're gonna waste it on these ungrateful comics, you might as well just move on. Right?
That's the point, right? I thought it'd be cool to promote comics like Chad Zumach, who I thought was funny, thought his show was funny, thought his digs on even on Ray. I came out with a Ray sauce. I mean, we did like we showed a few moments ago, and
right there.
Chad goes after Ray relentlessly on the Ray DeVito show and all this stupid shit. It's all fun,
Right?
But it's not. Well, I didn't think it was very clever when I got screwed. So I don't know. The whole thing left a bad fucking taste in my mouth. What can I tell you?
A bad taste in your mouth, but Silk City hot sauce won't leave a bad taste in your mouth. What's the website?
Silk City is thriving better than ever, actually, right now. It's silkcityhotsauce.com, SILK. That's silkcityhotsauce.com.
Yeah, get that shitty taste of the shitty podcast out of your mouth with some beautiful, beautiful body of
And use the
Silk
promo
City.
code SMC. That's
Absolutely.
Ski
Promo code
Mask
SMC. That's the best. We're number one. Now, speaking of the sad, sad state of one of our favorite podcasts, where are you at on Misery Loves Company with our favorite Kevin Brennan? What is your State of the Union? Do you even listen anymore? What is happening out here?
MLC.
As you know, me and Ski Mask have been trying to make MLC great again for a while. Every now and then it shows signs of life, and then it goes back to having just these literal nobodies on that. And I'll let you answer. Obviously, I can't shut up. But like I always say, the fun of the nobodies where they were once in a while, they would have like a me or Ski or a fan on once in a while. And now it's like weekly, if not more than weekly guests of these nobodies. As I say all the time, the best part of Kevin Brennan and MLC is that he would have on legitimate comics or talent. And the charm, or why he was hilarious, is that Kevin is the only one who tells it like it is to these people, to Bill Burr, to whatever. These real comics he used to have on. And obviously Kevin is a talented man and a real comic, had a great career in comedy.
very witty.
So he would, that was the charm, the funny, at least I think for most people, that was the whole funny part of the show, is having these legitimate comics on and have to listen to another legitimate comic tell them why they're a piece of shit. And now we just have nobodies on. The whole thing about Kevin was he was always punching up, right? And now it's like he just has, who cares about what he thinks about? Even Ray or Chad or Carl or Shuli, even those people below him, much less these nobodies that are on the show would just stink. But anyway,
The show is what brought us all together back in the day. I think
sure
we used
is.
to listen to MLC, and I think we all
And Burning Bridges.
Yeah, and Burning Bridges. When you listened to MLC back in the day, I remember rereading the story with Holding Caulfield by
Catcher
J.D.
in the
Sal-
Rye.
yeah, by J. Salinger,
That
Catcher in the
was
Rye. And I implore everyone to reread that book if you're a fan of MLC, because Holding Caulfield grew up and became a podcaster and called it Misery Loves Company. I used to enjoy listening to Misery Loves Company because it was like the stream of consciousness and
Right.
the elocution of the way that Kevin delivered his state of affairs at any given week. I think they were Mondays at 4:00 from an
Yep. It was
undisclosed
Mondays,
location
and then
like
it was
this,
Mondays
like
and
this.
Wednesdays.
Yeah,
And then-
that's right. That was the best news ever when they started broadcasting twice a week. But the flow of the show was so smooth because if the only people who were there to interrupt Kevin or get involved were talented performers and comedians
Great point.
that knew and understood him from years of working with him in the
exactly.
business.
They knew when to shut up. They knew when to speak up. And it's not easy, by the way, as somebody who's done this show.
His
and
energy.
And you don't have to, not like I'm anybody, but anybody watching the show, you gotta make space. It's not easy because he doesn't give a fuck. He'll just steamroll you. So you gotta know when. You gotta really pick your spots on that show, which is why it was good. And now, but anyway, you're making a great point.
So those were the days when the master Caulfield was pretty much philosophizing his own life, but it resonated with all of us. There was something inside his brain
Right.
that made us all go, wait a minute, this guy's hated by everyone, but I like the cut of this motherfucker's jib, and everyone else was the enemy.
Right, exactly. It was
Hilariously enough. I mean, we were, he was like the character inside of everyone's head that
Right.
that was preaching what we all
exactly
think.
I say it a lot. If you watch you fine folks at home, if you watch the show, you've heard me say it. But I personally, I can't speak for everyone, but I think it goes to your point. I've always loved Kevin Brennan because I'm like this. I'm not like this because I like Kevin Brennan. I think there's a lot of, to quote, bring it all back around, a lot of fakes and phonies out there who act like they are, the miserable person. Whereas I personally I am like that. That's why I like him, not the other way around. And but yes, to your point, exactly.
Right,
But
he
he was
wasn't-
able. But he
wasn't
actually
anyone right.
front-facing misery.
He didn't create an army of
Thank you, Johnny
of
Chopsticks.
lookalikes. They were all like minions.
The Chad hot sauce was actually very good.
Thank you, sir.
10-month member, Johnny Chopsticks, rack him.
Thank you, sir. So the show changes over time. I get that. That's fine. I mean, it's
Of
been
course.
on longer than Happy Days at this
Right.
point. It's going to probably he's probably getting ready to celebrate his 10th year anniversary in like January of 2016 or something, or 26.
Yeah, I think so. Right.
And so it's been going on longer than most shows. So I get it. Things change. But the flow of the show on YouTube with the audience participation,
You're putting it nicely,
it's
but
not
yes.
it's not my bag. It's just it stifles the whole thing. But I get it. I mean the show had an audience of I don't know 1,000, let's say, or 5,000, and once it reached that level, and he was able to like bring the audience who felt close to him already into the show. I can't say it's not a great idea, but and I'm sure we're not alone in not appreciating the flow of the show. But it's just not for me anymore. I don't discourage Kevin from doing the show, making a fucking fortune doing it, and bringing the super chat. I mean, maybe that's the community now. The community of super chatters are the new MLC loyalists.
Well, absolutely are, but they're all gay, if you ask me. It's all gay. It's all It's like were you in a fraternity?
No.
Good, because fraternities are gay, and I always said you're paying for friendship, and that's what super chatting is at its core. Is you're just paying for friendship, and it's. But the thing is, it's not like there's thousands of people donating. It's the same 15 to 20 people over and over again with their bullshit. That's the thing. There are other shows I listen to, like Dad Meat, the show Dad Meat with Mike Rainey. They have super chats. They go live on YouTube, and the producer will just butt in, 3 or 4 times a show and read them off, and they go, "Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Thanks," and that's it. And it's like you said, and me and Ski have talked about this ad nauseum at this point.
Oh,
but
let's keep it going.
But it's just
the flow.
The flow. It's just, I don't give a fuck what Gustav thinks. I don't really give a fuck what One Fury. Like I've always said, put a block. If you want to do 3-hour shows, there's a whole other thing. I don't have time for fucking any 3-hour podcast. That's a whole other bag of hammers. Do a block at the middle, do a block at the end, rip them all off, and then get back to the show.
I mean, just to go back to Chad for a second. After I discontinued his sauce for the first time, and Chad was the enemy over at MLC for a while.
Sure.
From that huge fight that him and Kevin had over the disparaging words that Chad said about Brennan's kid. In Chad's defense, he was making a callback to what Landau and Kevin's fight was all about to begin with. So, Chad, if you're watching this, I get that, and we became friends again, and had quite a few nice conversations with each other, and don't get it twisted. One of the reasons I got back into the good graces with Chad was the MLC world and all the dumb super chats about Chad's life. Like the credit card jokes, super chats,
right?
The Chad's Fat Pig super chats, the Oink Oink super chats. The show sucked. So I started to appreciate chatting, and I'm like, I don't even like this show anymore.
Right. I know. I know what you're saying.
Because the jokes are just so stupid. Like let the professionals tell the fucking jokes.
Exactly.
Or start your own show. That's the problem. You guys were great. Ski Mask Collective was always fantastic because you guys got involved with the show. With your own show,
right? We're front facing.
You weren't super chatting and making the narrative during the show about Ski Mask Collective. Every super chatter tries to make the narrative about the super chatter.
Right.
Ski started the show as a recap, not to
interfere
with the airtime.
It still is the official, unofficial MLC.
We're not interfering with
episode 278.
Right. Right now, we're not interfering with Kevin's airtime. These dumb fucking super chatters are interfering with the show, but that's the show.
Right.
So
I get that. That is the show now, and I'll die on this hill. I don't think it's a good product. Well, it's just not.
I was talking about this this with somebody the other day. They're like, you should get your Psychic Bigfoot hot sauce on the hot ones. Mm. They're like, do you watch it? I'm like, no. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you mean it's stupid? It's getting the word out about these hot sauces. Probably sell 1 million bottles. I'm like, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I would love to be on it, but it's gay.
Yeah, there you go. Sell your soul.
Celebrities being interviewed eating hot sauce is the dumbest thing I could ever imagine watching. But I would be honored to be on the show. But it's just not for me.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I was going to actually ask you about that.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. And I love that you're a man of morals and principle. Because I was going to ask you about that if you ever tried to get on that Hot Ones show.
No, I never have.
Yeah, because I agree. It's on principle. Yeah, you could sell your
But if
soul.
they reached out, I guess my point is if they reached out and said we would love to feature the Psychic Bigfoot hot sauce on Hot Ones, we're a big fan. I'd be delighted to, but if they said, "Are you a fan of this show?" I'd say I'd never watched it.
Right.
Or I gave it 5 minutes, and tapped out.
Correct.
It's not for me.
Not for me. I've never watched it either. For the record, I've never seen it a single time. I would bring.
This is not about that.
No, it's about this discontinued sauce. I would bring this to the soccer ball clubs, and they demand more and more. And they would always say, you should have them going Hot Ones. You should go. I was like, okay. Well, oh, this is hot.
Right.
Oh, this is not hot. Oh, I like this. Oh, I don't like this.
It became
same as Super Chats. I don't give a. I watched the show for Kevin Brennan. I don't give an F what I don't even know these people's names anymore because I barely watch the show anymore. I watched it the other day because he called Ski Mask the most entertaining thing he's done in weeks. Anyway, I have ADHD, so I don't know what.
So here we are. It's we're still making hot sauce. We're still doing the show, with or without us. And God bless.
God bless. Once again, folks, I spent $200 on a dinner I couldn't afford last night, so feel free to join that Patreon.com. What was the most expensive dinner you've had lately? Do you get expensive?
We took the family out for Domino's. No, let's see. The most expensive dinner lately? I mean, like, all of them. I mean,
it's crazy.
Take the family out for Chinese.
Let's talk about the economy.
The economy is tough on.
Now, you're a businessman.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I'm in business.
You're an entrepreneur. Whoa.
Hello.
Jeez, we don't quote rap on this show.
That's a Brennan quote.
That's from Jay-Z.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
We don't listen
I'm
to
not
rap
a businessman. I'm a businessman. That's a Jay-Z quote for all you other dumb whites.
Oh, you see all this Kiss paraphernalia around here, right?
Dude, it's beautiful.
So how would I know about
That's all the
Jay-Z, you said?
You're a businessman. You're an entrepreneur, a true American, also a bit Jewish, but we won't hold that against you.
A bit.
What is going on? Is the price of stuff overblown? Is it real? What is happening out there for real businessmen like yourself?
Everything's gone up. I was just ordering carriers for 4-packs to sell at the farmers markets and at the stores. They used to cost me like $68 to order 200 of them. They're these little 4-pack carriers, the kind they have in beer stores when you want to do the old mix and match-a-roo.
Sure.
That's what we do at the at the markets. They've gone up like 50%. Or
oh my god!
Almost 200%.
For cardboard?
Yeah, because the fuel is so expensive. So it costs a lot to cart the cardboard from the cardboard carrier factory to the guy to the cardboard carrier salesman. Everything has gone up. It's fucking crazy out here.
Are you a white dude for Kamala?
No, we're. I'm sure my vote doesn't matter in Vermont. Let's put it that way.
It doesn't.
But I mean, not
Vermont. Well, I guess not Vermont. New Hampshire's the interesting one, right? New Hampshire sometimes goes red or no?
It's a swinger.
Right. Ooh.
Yeah,
Careful.
That's one of the swingers.
Why not? Swingers strip club.
My vote doesn't particularly matter, but no, I think every vote does matter. I mean, there's other elections going on right now. Bernie Sanders,
Big Bernie, what's he up to? Is he poking around out there? Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Bernie Sanders. Imagine if Bernie, once again, asking for your financial support.
He's up for re-election, and I mean, we're just gonna vote. You know, we're gonna vote against him. The biggest
What's
problem.
that? What is he up for?
The
Governor?
biggest. He's in the Senate. The biggest problem in Vermont right now is ever since the pandemic, the homeless losers have migrated to every country, town, and hamlet throughout the state. Just drive through when you leave here. Drive through the town, and you'll see in front of every grocery store, the health food store. It's like that's where they congregate.
Where are they coming out of Burlington?
They're coming from all over, but they're giving them houses and food.
Oh, the crackhead houses.
Yeah, I think they give them fentanyl allowance every week. They're like walking around like fucking like zombies, like Night of the Living Dead 3.
Oh,
right here in southern Vermont.
I'm in the city. Well, that's wild that it's up here.
They were shooting each other yesterday. It was just in the paper. I was reading about it before you got here.
Fuck around and find out, as the shirt says.
Well, so I think they're giving the losers too much allowance. So we're gonna.
Well, I guess
hopefully
I need to become a loser if I'm gonna keep having these dinners.
I think it's got to be the lefty policies that are paying for all the losers fentanyl and shit.
Hefty lefties around here. Yeah, I don't really care. I'll probably write myself in again. Frankly, my vote doesn't matter in Connecticut either. It always seems like it does, but it really doesn't. Yeah, unless you live in like Pennsylvania. Yeah, the Northeast. Are there any red states in the Northeast?
Maine
ever go red?
It probably swings from time to
Maine,
time.
like all the other New England states, the cities.
I'm not a historian.
The cities are all blue, and then you get outside of that, and everybody's all read. But
It's like Pennsylvania. What are they? They seem to be paying.
Shithole.
They seem to be. They seem to be paying a lot of attention in old Pennsylvania.
Old Pennsylvania. Oh, we'll get back to comedy. What do you think of all these Philly comics moving to Austin? What do you think about this migration to Austin? I'm on record saying Austin cucks. It's a cop out. I mean, listen, especially people working in New York. I mean, let's be honest. If you can't get enough spots in New York, it's because you're not good enough. Long story short.
Okay,
So,
I mean the comedy business is out of my wheelhouse, but the Philly comics are moving to Austin. They want to be near the sphere of influence.
Right. They want to be in the Rogan Gillis. Well, Gillis moved. Rogan was there, and Gillis moved, and now all those little minions, the shitty comics.
Okay, so they're migrating to the light. A bunch of moths.
Right. The malls. I like that.
They're just
Moths of Austin.
They're just Mothston.
Wow.
Hello. Hashtag
Hello. There's the name of the episode, folks. Adam Mothston.
I wish is
Cassidy? I was gonna call it $200 dinner.
There you go. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, stick it to Chad and Venmo Stancil.
Yeah, I may not have enough gas to get home.
The money that he stuck it to me with. I mean, a businessman, a father with a mortgage, 2 kids,
Unbelievable.
just trying to promote his favorite comedians through a couple of bottles of hot sauce. They get screwed.
Fat Florida
$250. I can send you the receipt on when we're done with here. I'll show you that the receipt that I paid the artist.
All we do is receipts here at Ski Mask Collective.
Anyways,
unbelievable. What else? Anything else? Again, bring it back to MLC as well. When we are done, when I'm done, and when me and Ski Mask are done, and on Sports Mask and this show, when we run out of things to talk about, we just stop the show. I don't fucking
okay.
What all these other people do now, not just Kevin, but a lot of these shows, they do these 3-4 hour shows, and it's all just to farm super chats, to stay online as long as possible. There's no care for the content of the show. It's just to drain the money balls of
the
all
algorithm. They probably got an algorithm like clock to the left of the screen saying people are warming up their dinners. They're picking up the kids at lacrosse practice.
I mean, Kevin used to make fun of Steel Toe about hitting the goal, and that's literally his whole show now is just farming pay pigs.
I mean, if you want to get back into the this for a little bit, right now the only show that broadcast live that works for my schedule, because 4:00 in the afternoon, let's face it,
we're working men.
We're busy. We're
real men, real Americans,
and it doesn't work for me anymore. In addition to not liking the show, but Rob Saul's broadcast at like 10:00 at night, after all the work's been done. He goes live,
right?
And I've been saying this for years. It's not the most popular opinion in the fucking retard verse, but Rob Saul does a talented program.
Hot take. You heard it here, folks. Rob Saul does a talented program. I really have no problem with Rob Saul. I've hung out with Rob Saul a couple times.
So I tune into that, and that's
he's a fine egg. Again, at least he leaves his house. I've seen Rob Saul in public.
That's another thing. That's another thing that MLC we didn't even get into. MLC got into the John Melendez world,
right?
When all that was happening,
yeah,
and like Stuttering John became like the low cow.
Right.
Which
we don't
even know what that is.
Same.
But I was like, please don't go there. Please stay away from that. Please stay away from that.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, like, just praying that MLC would steer clear of that.
Well, I did think it was funny that when he got him on to screw Shuley over the first time he was on.
That was a win.
That was funny, but then
I'll give it to you.
And then the next time he was on, I was on with him, actually. He infamously called me Fonzie when I was on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's cool.
Oh, Fonzie, you're fucking Fonzie guy. But then he still talks about him. I don't know. I think he still does. It's like, I don't care. And I know you're a Stern guy yourself. I personally never watched Stern, so I never cared about. I still don't care about Stuttering John whatsoever.
Yeah,
so
back in the '90s, I used to bake, and I used to go to work at 4:00 in the morning.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it was a Stern guy in like 96, 97, 98, and it was the best. Back then, like the crew was John and Fred and Jackie and Robin and Howard, and they used to goof on Stuttering John on that show. That's where the goofing on Stuttering John all started. Obviously, I'm not breaking new ground here,
Right.
I don't think, but
Right. Yeah,
they knew him. They worked with him every day.
Right.
So it was genuinely funny.
Right.
It was genuinely really funny because John used to go out and try to be a big shot and throw his name around and get book deals and get acting roles. And Howard was wise to John's finagling of the good name of Howard Stern, and would call him out on it. And those shows are classic. But all this hate on Stuttering John is I don't know. It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, well, it started with I guess with Levy and Shuley, right? They would do their what's it, Uncle Rico show? But even before that, it was called something else, I believe. I never really was interested in it at all, and then they started doing like 4 days a week, and then Kevin's talking about it, and this way, it's like I just don't care.
I'm tired just even thinking about it.
I know, I just got tired. I also went to the best bar in America last night, so that doesn't help either.
So
let's see what's going on.
Let's wrap this up soon and go outside. You want to give me a hand? We got the winter wood coming.
Let's see what these poor
within
people are
hours.
on about.
So we've got to prepare the woodshed.
Trump Stancil 2024. Absolutely, Isaac. A lot of chats, not a lot of money. That's not going to
hate. Am I getting?
Jewish Tom Cassidy. I just saw it. Very nice.
That's a throwback.
Saw Tom Cassidy.
That was a good egg. I wished him a happy marriage.
Saw him just a week ago at the comedy club, soccer ball club. Excuse me. Stancil isn't a white guy. It's true. Flat Cat. Fucking, what do you think about Flat Cat? Don't you think she should show those mommy milkers?
Flat Cat's always been very supportive of Silk City and very nice. Years ago, she did a custom painting of the Silk City mascot, Charlie, our Australian Shepherd, which we have prominently displayed in the family room.
I can't, folks.
Thank you for that, Flat Cat. Beautiful.
Nobody paid for anything. I'm not. God bless you. I'm glad the chat is active, but I can't be bothered.
Throw him a few bones.
I just spent $200 on a dinner.
I'm not entertaining enough for.
No. We don't. But I'm being tongue in cheek. We don't like we talk about this whole time. This isn't a super chat show, nor will ever will. We appreciate it. But we don't sell out to super chat. Join the Patreon. I mean, that's the best way. Patreon.com, Ski Mask
That's
Media.
the point. We haven't been stifled by
we didn't need to.
The screen.
Right.
This is how it's done, people.
I know we're joking around here, but if we literally went through the chat, I could make this a 3-hour show. Get what I'm saying to my prior point.
Sure, and cover each stupid thing.
Right. Well, not every single one, but a riff on this, riff on that. But then what are we doing? Then have these people do the show, and that's not a knock on the people chatting. That's a knock on the host. You know what I'm saying?
I'm more interested in you.
Right.
Read any good books lately?
I'm finishing up the book about the Conquering the Pacific. I believe that's actually the name of it, and I have
Big C,
River of the Gods on deck about finding the Nile River and all the things. I mean,
flows in the opposite direction. One would think.
I'm a nod in favor of the river to the sea.
Just read Pinocchio. The original Pinocchio. I don't know if people realize this out in our educated crowd here, but Pinocchio before Disney got its murky little claws all over it.
Oh yeah,
it was an Italian novel.
How many
for kids?
How long is it?
268 pages.
Really?
And it's a beautiful.
When was it written?
It's cool. It's dark. It's like it's 1800s. Huh. It's a 19th century kids story. A lot darker than the Disney version. A lot of suffering, a lot of pain. A lot of the same things happened to Pinocchio throughout the actual book that happened in the Disney stories, but there's more to it. than that.
Huh.
The book is it's very good, actually. I give it a solid recommendation. Pinocchio.
There you go. Nice plug. What is it? Silk City. What's the web? Do our plugs.
SilkCityHotSauce.com.
We're gonna go live our life.
Yeah, let me tell these guys. Let me tell these guys real quick what we've been up to in the Silk City laboratory. We just did a fresh peach cherry reaper sauce that I'm gifting a host of this magnanimous show with. We did a lot of fruit sauces this year. We got real fruity. We got
my sister's gay.
We doubled down on the peach slurp hot sauce. We did a raspberry habanero sauce. Like I said, we did the peach and cherry. We got swamp sauce coming out Monday. It's going to be a
swamp sauce.
A new verde sauce with a whole blend of green habanero,
like an Aztec attack,
with more green. We're gonna put basil and oregano and scallions, and they're picking the peppers today. As a matter of fact, let me just show.
Is the guy's name
Stancil, Joseph? But let me show you.
It'd be funny. Peter Piper picked the pepper.
No joke.
I'm gonna kill myself. It's fine.
No joke. When is he picking the peppers?
Peter Piper picked a pepper. We are harvesting them today, folks.
That's
SilkCityHotSauce.com. Is that correct?
SilkCityHotSauce.com.
SilkCityHotSauce.com. The best sauce on the planet, and I am a connoisseur of hot sauces, let me tell you. Patreon.com. Ski Mask Media. Folks, if you watch this live, go out in the streets and tell the tale of what happened here today. An OG of MLC, an OG of podcast. Not a lie was told. Lots of things to clip. Who's calling me? Uh-oh. Kelly's calling me, folks. You are live on Ski Mask Collective with Jeff Levine of Silk City Hot Sauce.
Oh, you're in Vermont already?
Yeah, don't say anything out of school.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'm on my break, and I thought I'd catch you. I didn't know you were there already.
You want to?
Hi, Kelly.
Hold on.
Huh?
Hi, Kelly. It's Jeff from Silk City. How you doing?
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Having a great time with Stancil. Doing the show.
Is he behaving?
We're having a good time.
That's a no.
That's a no.
Well, you have anything you want to tell the people? You want to plug? You want to talk about how your how you want to talk about how your Philly comic had to have his girlfriend get him a spot on Joe List's show?
Shut up. You don't know what you're like this. You think you have this insider baseball info, which you do, but I don't. Yeah.
Joe List talked about it on Tuesdays with Stories that he had. Drew Montana had Karen Fian ask on his behalf to be on his show. Pathetic.
Oh, it's not pathetic. They're dating, and so you know what? Whatever. You just jealous because he's getting that big fat ass that you want. So.
Yeah, you got the ass I want, sister.
Yeah, sister. All right. Well, I'm on my lunch break. What can I tell you about my day? I don't know. I removed a mass. Is that exciting?
I don't go to church.
No, man, you're fucking so stupid.
Ha ha.
How's my one-eyed boy?
He's being very good, and they were out here before, right, Jeff?
Yeah, we're having a little
dogs were out
dog party,
here.
all getting to know each other.
Two Australian shepherds just going nuts on each other as they do. What's that?
Are you gonna get him? Oh, I know what he's being for Halloween, but are you gonna get him a patch besides the costume that he's really being?
Maybe we'll do that. You know what?
Are you dressing up your dogs for Halloween?
I think I'm gonna make him a pirate. We'll do a finale. I'm gonna go grab him and show the people my new Noah's Eye got taken out. All right, Kelly. I'll call you. I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you. Have fun. Okay, bye.
Yeah, my dog's eye. That's another reason to send me money. My dog's eye got ripped out a week ago today.
Wow.
Ripped right out of his skull. Do you folks want to see my dog? You guys who watch the show know Noah. He's now got one eye. Let me go grab him.
All right,
Jeff.
I'll talk to the
people
for
This is
a second here, but this
my
is
legs,
this is beautiful legs.
look at that.
See that? I didn't know that he dressed his dogs up for Halloween. How do you guys feel about dressing your dogs up for Halloween? One in the comments for hell yes. Two for that's you know what. dressing up your dog for Halloween. I've been a dog guy for about 25 years. My first dog was a pug. I adopted from a pug farm in upstate New York. I used to live up there and got a little pug named Izzy, which was an unfortunate short-lived dog experience. She got hit in the road, which was the saddest day of my life at that point. And then I replaced the dead pug with a beagle, and took good care of him. Actually, he lived long, 15 and a half, 16 years with the beagle. He dropped in 2016. Here's Noah, ladies and gentlemen. Noah.
There he is.
So his one eye, the good eye, the left one, my left, his right, makes up for what he can't see with his other one. He's a good boy.
There you go.
The other one, not so much.
Poor Noah. A week ago today. Such a good boy. But he's in good shape. He's 13. He's a beautiful dog. I just realized I'm not. You want to say anything, Noah? Good boy. Well, this has been a pleasure.
Nice to see you all out there. Thanks for coming by. We'll do it again soon.
God bless. SilkCityOutlet.com, Patreon.com, Ski Mask Media. Count all the troops and bring home the votes. And if you're in Vermont this weekend, hit me up. I'm here. I'm a man of the people. And free Diddy. Goodbye.